ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमो नमः। ओम नमः शिवाय। ओम नमः शिवाय। ओम जय श्री राधा राधा राधा। ओम जय श्री कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्णा। श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। ओम जय श्री राधा राधा राधा। ओम जय श्री कृष्ण कृष्णा कृष्णा। श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। Salutations to Lord Govinda. चंद्रमुखी चंचल चित चोरी। सुगर सावरा सूरत भोरे। श्याम श्यामा एक से जोरे। श्री राधा कृष्णाय राधे। ओम जय श्री राधा राधा राधा। ओम जय श्री कृष्ण कृष्णा कृष्णा। श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। गोविंदा। श्री राधा भव भारहारी। संकट मोचन कृष्ण मुरारी। एक शक्ति के आधारे। श्री राधा कृष्णाय बोले। ओम जय श्री राधा राधा राधा। ओम जय श्री कृष्ण कृष्णा कृष्णा। श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। हरि। We touch the feet of Bhagwan Shri Krishna this beautiful night. Kasturi Kasturi kumkumajuta binda. चंदन चारु तिलक ब्रज चंदा। सर्गलागले लाल सुनंदा। श्री राधा कृष्णाय राधे। ओम जय श्री राधा राधा राधा। ओम जय श्री कृष्ण कृष्णा कृष्णा। श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। On this, the third night of our beautiful Bhaagwat Maha Puraan Yajna, as we have gathered ourselves together, united with love and with devotion, to prostrate at the feet of Shri Krishna, we chant his most powerful mantra, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, as we elevate ourselves into that spiritual realm and to the divine consciousness of the universe, all together with love, with prayer. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Vasudevaya, Vasudevaya, Vasudevaya. Vrindavan में हरि लाल की जय. आसन लीजिए सब लोग. Let us all take our seats. On this beautiful night, my dear friends, once more we take this golden opportunity to welcome each and every one as we say आपको स्वागत और नमस्कार करता हूँ सब लोग. To all our devotees, to all bhaktas who've traveled from far and near to be here, once more we say special welcome and a special Jai Sitaram on behalf of the members of this beautiful mandir, on behalf of our wonderful Mom Merle, who has invited everyone to join and to be a part of this beautiful celebration of a yajna, prayer and devotion. Once more to our Panditji, the Pandit of the Mandir, once more Swagatam, Namaskar, special welcome to you. As we begin this night, also to my Bhaiji, Pandit Devraji, special welcome to you and to your loved ones who've come with you as well. We say Swagatam. To the members of the Kirtan Mandali who sang earlier, a special welcome, blessings of Bhagwan Shri Krishna. And also to the members of the Celestial Gandharvas, we say once more Swagatam to all of them. To all those who are tuned in via Facebook, wherever you are in the world, we welcome you to our beautiful yajna tonight. As we take this opportunity to invite the Devatas, the Devis and the gods and the goddesses of the heavens to descend to this beautiful mandir and to bless us with a spark of love and prayer and devotion. But at this time, without further ado, let us all sit upright, everyone. Let us forget the entire world and let us join in invocation, prayer and beautiful mantras as we begin with Omkar 3 times. वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देवा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा. या कुन्देन्दु तुषारहार धवला या शुभ्रवास्तावृता या वीणा वरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपरमासना या ब्रह्माच्युत शङ्कर प्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा वन्दिता. समां पातु सरस्वती भगवती विशेषजा जपः. करचरणकृतं वा कायजं कर्मजं वा श्रवणनयनजं वा मानसा वा पराधान् विहितं विहितं वा सर्वमेतत्क्षमस्व. जय जय करुणाब्धे श्री महादेव शंभो. जय जय करुणाब्धे श्री महादेव शंभो. जय जय करुणाब्धे श्री महादेव शंभो. Pranams to Lord Shiva, the embodiment of peace and the Lord of the entire cosmos. Tonight we have come together to pray and to worship from our hearts the feet of the universal Lord. And in whatever form we may love the most, we will picture that form in our thoughts and our mind. We'll allow it to be etched in our hearts. And with purity of mind, thought and speech, we will pray to our Lord. We will ask for our minds to be controlled by the peace of Mahadev. And for that, we will chant Om Namaha शिवाय। शिव का नाम भजले रे मनवा, शिव का नाम भजले, शिव का नाम भजले रे मनवा, शिव का नाम भजले, शिव का नाम भजले रे मनवा, शिव का नाम भजले, शिव का नाम भजले रे मनवा, शिव का नाम भजले, शिव का नाम भजले रे मनवा, शिव का नाम भजले। मनोबुद्ध्यहंकार चित्तानि नाहं न चक्षुषो हजेवे न च घ्राणनेत्र न च व्योमभूमिर्न तेजो न वायो, चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्, चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्, चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्। As we begin this night now with prayer, as we worship the most mighty and powerful, the most united one, the one with strength and power, virtues and courage, Mahabali, Bajrangabali, Pavanaputra, we begin this night with the most beautiful and powerful verses of the Sri Hanuman Chalisa, and as we sing together with love and with prayer, salutations to our Lord. Ram, Siya Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Ram, Siya Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Ram, Siya Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Guru Charan Saroj Raj Nijamana Mukura Sudhar Varna Raghuvar Vimala Jasu Judaya Kiparaja Buddhihin Tanu Janike Sumira Pavana Kumar Bara Buddhi Vidya Dehu Muhi Harahu Kalesha Vikar Ram Siya Ram Siya Ram Jai Jai Ram Ram Siya Ram Siya Ram Jai Jai Ram
बल धामा, अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नाम। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी, सुमति विवाह सुमति के संगी। कंचन वरन विराज सुवेशा, कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा। हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजै, कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजै। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन, तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर, राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनबे को रसिया, राम कन सीता मन बसिया। राम सिया राम सिया राम, जय जय सिया राम। सिया राम जय हो।
Glories to Lord Bajrang.
हितकावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे, रामचंद्र के काज सवारे। लाए सजीवन लखन जियाए, श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए। रघुपति कीनी बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई। दस वदन तुम रोज सगावे, अस कैसे पद कंठ लगावे। संकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद सारद सहित अहिसा। यम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते, कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते। तुम पुकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा, राम मिलाय राज पर दीन्हा। राम सिया राम जय जय राम। सिया राम जय जय राम। मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। युग सहस्र योजन पर भानु, लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल दानु। प्रभु मोत्र काम्य विमुख माई, जलधि लांघि गए अचर जनाई। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुमरे तेते। राम द्वारे तुम रखवारे, उतना आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख है तुम्हारे चरणा, सुर कटकाहु को चरण। आपन ते तुम्हारो आपै, तीनों लोक हांकते कापै। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। राम सिया राम जय जय राम। सिया राम जय जय।
Om Shri Hanumate Namaha. Glorification to Mahavira.
नासै रोग हरय सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावै, मर्दम वचन ध्यान जो लावै। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, जिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावै, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावै। चारों युग परताप तुम्हारा है, प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियार। संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नव निधि के दाता, हसवर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। राम सिया राम चरण राम को पावै, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावै। अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाए, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाय। और देवता चित्त न डरहि, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करहि। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरै हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई। तुलसी सवार पाठ कर सोई, कही वंदे महासिसोई। जो यहाँ पर हनुमान चालीसा, ये सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, की जयनाथ हृदय महादेरा। राम सिया राम जय जय राम। सिया राम जय जय राम। राम सिया राम जय जय राम। सिया राम जय जय राम। सिया राम पावनतनय संकट हरण, मंगला मूर्ति रो। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुरभु। पवन सुत हनुमान की, वृंदावन में हरिलाल की। Hallelujah. Everybody tonight, Bajrang Bali ki. Tonight as we're about to join in worshipping our Lord, it is a night where we go once more in depth with our beautiful Bhagwatam. It is said Bhagwatam contains Mahabharata and Bhagwatam contains Bhagavad Gita. In our beautiful epic tonight, taken from the golden pages and from the words of that divine personality by the name of Sage Vyashi, we're about to touch the feet once more of Bhagwan Shri Krishna. But it is said that Bhagwan Shri Krishna has lived his life, the youth of his life has gone. It is said the middle stage of his life is gone, and now he's at the stage where he is now the king of Dwarka, and he's called Dwarkadish, the king of Dwarka. As Bhagwan Shri Krishna rules the entire kingdom and many palaces, Bhagwan Gopal is worshipped by everyone in this village, everyone in his community. He is adored by all the people of the village of Mathura. He is loved and he is missed by everybody in Vrindavan, Vrajabhumi. And friends, it is said with his personality, with his kindness, with his love, with his purity, with his genuine heart, with his humility and his simplicity, the world loves him. In order for the world to love you, your heart must be pure and genuine. In order for the world to treasure you, to accept you, in order for the world to always look up at you, your heart must be pure. You must be a humble soul, a divine being. And even the gods will come down to touch the glance of your infinite bliss. As we begin this night, we're about to join in a chant where we praise Bhagwan Shri Krishna. If you know it, you can sing along. If you don't know it, then just clap and feel the vibrations, the energy. For the mandir is filled for the past 2 days and even tonight, it is filled with that divine bliss of Bhagwan Gopal. And as we touch the feet of our Lord once more, we will join in a katha that is very divine, very sacred.
It is one that speaks of one of the incarnated forms of Lord Shiva. We speak of the god of death. The name of the god of death is what? Anybody know? He's called what? Yamraj. Anybody here named Yamraj? He's called Lord Yamraj. And at this time, as we're about to join in our chant, when we finish, we'll listen to this beautiful message taken from the golden pages of Bhagavatam. One voice. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody with one voice. Shivrindavan में हरि लाल की जय. बोलिए हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा. You'll raise the volume in the back a little bit. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. One more time by yourself. एक बार और सबको प्यारी. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare, Rama Rama, Hare, Rama Rama, Hare, Rama Rama, Hare. Radha Gori, Radha Gori, Radha Gori, Radha Gori, Radha, 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 Radha. Shri Vrindavan mein Hari Lal ki jai. Worship to Bhagwan Shri Krishna. Radha Gori, Radha Gori, Radha Gori, Radha Gori, Radha, 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 Radha Gori aur Sham Rasiya, ye chori mere man basiya. Radha Gori aur Sham Rasiya, चोरी मेरे मन बसिया, मन बसिया, मन बसिया, मन बसिया, मन बसिया. राधा, 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 राधा. क्या बात बोलिए everybody. Let us clap for His glorified Bhagwan Shri Krishna. नीलांबरी किशोरी प्यारी, नीलांबरी किशोरी प्यारी. नीलांबरी किशोरी प्यारी, नीलांबरी किशोरी प्यारी. पीतांबर और घाट गसिया, ईश्वरी मेरे मन बसिया. पीतांबर और घाट गसिया, ईश्वरी मेरे मन बसिया. मन बसिया, मन बसिया, मन बसिया, मन बसिया. राधा, 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 राधा. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Bhagwan Shri Krishna sits in his most beautiful and powerful throne in Mathura. And while he sits there, the entire katha is about a ravel itself. Bhagavan Krishna, he knows past, present and future. He is the Lord of the cosmos. He is the Lord of life in itself. He has the ability to bring us in the world, and he has the ability to take us out of this world. Lord Brahma creates, Lord Vishnu sustains, and Lord Shiva destroys. And Lord Vishnu, Bhagavan Krishna, will sustain us while we're here. While bringing us, he will upkeep us, and then one day he will take us away from everyone that we love and everything that we have in this world. But while Bhagavan Shri Krishna is adored and loved by many, tonight we will worship him. He sits there, he looks up into the skies, and he's about to speak to one of his best friends. It is said Balarama sits next to him, and he's about to give a message about one of his brothers, a brother that not many would have known of. Radha, 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 everybody, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Hare Rama Rama, Hare. Shri Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki, Krishna Kanhaiya Lal ki. Today, my friends, it is said Bhagavan Shri Krishna sits to speak, and while he's speaking, Balarama sits next to him. One of his cowherd friends, his boys, his friends, stands next to him, and he's about to lecture now. And he starts by saying, every one of us who live in this world, we would have come in this world again and again, and today we are here once more with this body, with this personality, with this lifestyle, with everything that we have accomplished in this part of our life so far. Sometimes people have things going for them, and sometimes we find that no matter how hard you try, things are not going for you. Sometimes you look at people and you say, you know what, he was born with a gold spoon, because everything just comes for him. And sometimes you say, I don't know what kind of spoon I get, because nothing works out for us. But our message says that Bhagavan Shri Krishna is about to give this little katha, a pravachan. And he speaks about a great sage by the name of Manduka Muni. For the great sage Manuka Muni, he was one who was known for living a peaceful life in the forested region in his ashram. It is said he would live so peacefully that nobody would even know that he's there. Do you know sometimes there are some people come into the mandir, or there are people in your family or your home, in your lives, where they could come home or they come to visit you, but they're so quiet and composed that they don't even say anything. You don't even realize sometimes that you're just sitting there. And then there may be some people, as soon as they reach by the gate, you hear them out and you say, yeah, he reached. Because he will never stay quiet. There are different personalities of people in the world. This great sage, he was known for living a peaceful life. Let me ask you this question. What is peace? To everybody who is here tonight, do you say that you are living a peaceful life? How many people tonight are living a peaceful life? Show the hands. Yeah? You sure? If you're sure, put up your hand like this. This means I'm not sure. Peaceful life? How many people living a miserable life? How many people don't have a life? You know, sometimes in joke and fun, we say, boy, get a life now. How many people have no life? And it's actually something. When we say we don't have a life, we don't know what's going on. We're just there in our homes and we don't know, nothing is going on in a job, in a school, nothing is happening. You don't have a life. You're just sitting there. Stand still. Katha says that he's living a peaceful life. What is peace? Every one of us, what do you want in your life at the end of it all? We want to merge and go back with Bhagwan. We don't want to come in this world and suffer. But while you live on this earth, if you do not have a peaceful life, then what do you have? People can have plenty money, but yet they could live miserable. People could have everything that they could think about. They could have the best vehicle. They could have the biggest home. They could have all the fancies of the world, but yet they will live miserable in society. Because money doesn't mean anything.
Today, where I'm staying, I was having a little conversation with our mother. Mother, put up the hand, let us see you a little bit. We're having a little conversation today. And we were talking about how money in today's world has destroyed the mind of so many people. People lust after money. People run after money. And at the end of it all, you sit down and money still can't buy happiness. Look at COVID. COVID came, and I remember in the foreign parts, I remember in America, devotees are tuned in will acknowledge in New York and places like Florida and places like Texas and even Canada, they were given an opportunity to go to the supermarkets, to the groceries, and they were given this privilege to buy one bag of rice for family. You can't buy more than one bag of rice. And you have a whole set of money and you want food and you're hungry and you can't buy it because you could only get one bag of rice. Mom was giving an example to me that happens even a long time ago, even in Trinidad and even long ago here in Guyana, where people would have to line up for food. There were the hard days when people had to line up just to get some rice, a handful of rice. You all know that, right? There were days that she had mentioned to me when people would line up to just get one bar of soap, one block of soap to bathe with. And family have to ration that. And if you don't line up in time, you get none. You can have money, but it doesn't mean you could buy everything. People have a big bank account, and when they go to sleep at night, they're miserable. Their life is messed up. Their jobs, their personal life, their home, their marriages is messed up, and they can't even live happy. What do you live for? Lord Shiva says, peace. Sham mangalam karoti iti Shiva, Bhagwan Shankara says. One of the most auspicious things that one should try to achieve in life is to be a peaceful person. Yeah, try to get money. And yes, try to have a big job. And yes, try to accomplish. But if you go to sleep miserable at night, what is your life worth? Life is not meant to live miserable. You should be happy, contented with everything that comes before you. This sage goes in the forest and he gives up all attachment because he doesn't want anything. He believes that by holding on to things, you are attached to them, and by attachment, you have likes and dislikes, sorrows and misery and distress. So you know what? Give up everything and I want nothing. Bhagwan says a powerful mind can have everything and yet doesn't need to even have stress because he knows how to control the thoughts and control everything. The great Guru, he goes peacefully in his forest and he lives in the ashram. And I ask you a beautiful question. What is the ashram? You know, in India, many people say we're going to the ashram. In India, I had gone and studied for 3 years in an ashram. What do you do in an ashram? What is the ashram? Is this an ashram? What do you call this? What are we in here tonight? Huh? Like, oh, yeah, sure, boy, what is it? Are you not sure where it is? Where are you tonight? We might say the temple. We might say the mandir. Do you know what is a temple, a mandir, or an ashram? The Sanskrit meaning of the word ashram or temple in itself, it is a place where people practice spiritual teachings according to the scriptures. When you sit inside here, do you practice spiritual teachings? Or do you sit with hate and animosity? Do you practice whenever you walk into the mandir, the minute you step from the gateway and you start walking in, you enter the ashram. The mind is supposed to lock out the world now. The mind is supposed to detach from the problems in your home and your job and your personal life. It is supposed to feel at peace. And when you walk in, it is a place where you follow now the spiritual teachings of the scriptures and you let loose everything else so that when you leave a better person mentally. You leave a stronger person psychologically so that you could fight the world now and whatever the world has to give. This is not just a place to come and make friends. This is not a place to come and, you know what, just to hang out. This is not a place to just come and see what is happening and who's coming and who's not coming. It is a place to transform yourself into something better. That is the ashram. And it starts with discipline and spiritual values. This sage is one who lives by discipline and spiritual values. Because of our lack of discipline, society is falling down. Because of our lack of discipline, the world is falling. People are losing respect for one another because nobody knows how to live disciplined life anymore. Nobody knows how to respect anybody anymore. Nobody knows how to respect themselves anymore. This guru sits in his beautiful ashram and he prays, but he has a discipline. We must learn to discipline our thoughts. We must learn to discipline our mind. One of the most powerful weapons of the world is the power of the tongue and the power of speech. We can have weapons in our hands. We can live a life where we are like a walking weapon. But you see the weapon of the tongue? It is one of the most dangerous things. For it is said that on the tongue lies Agni Devata. And when we speak and how we speak our words can hurt the people around us. Discipline means learning to control the way you talk to people. Discipline means knowing how you control your mouth so you don't raise your voice at people. Discipline means knowing how you speak to one, not harshly but with love. Discipline means using the avas or the voice to speak to people so that when you finish, your words become the actions that you speak about. You know, there's a saying, you walk and you what? Or they like, oh, they can't talk now. You walk and you? Yeah, they talk naman. You walk and you talk the talk. Allow your speech to manifest. If somebody, according to Adi Shankaracharya, he says, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudamati. If somebody comes up to you and he looks at you and he says, hey, you fool, come here. Not you, eh? If somebody says, hey, fool, come here, you might say, well, he point me, said, me I like how he talk to me, but you know what? He called me, point me, so he come. And I say, hey, bring that now. Come now, man, you fool, bring that. Hey, fool, put that there. According to speech, at some point, that person starts to feel like a fool. You know why? Because all he's saying is, a fool, a fool. He may not like it, but he's moving like a fool. And he starts to think, you know what? Well, I don't know. He says a fool, so maybe I am a fool. But if you use your speech and you uplift somebody, you see, that is why you're given holy names when you're born. How many people have a holy name? Your book name, a holy name, a religious name, an auspicious name. What name you have? John? How many people are named Krishna? Arjun? How many people are given holy names? Shiva, Shankar, Gopal. We are given holy names, you know why? To live up to it, to keep up to it. You're given a holy name, so when somebody calls you, hey Shiva, come, you're supposed to say, Shiva, that's me, Shiva. You're supposed to live up to that. When somebody calls you a fool, you will feel like a fool. When somebody calls you by that divine name, when you're giving your children and the babies names, give them nice names. When people call them, it uplifts them. The moment they hear it, they say, nah boy, I can't do something wrong. Because I have a good name. I have a godly name. Discipline in life is very powerful, and we are losing the discipline. Today, I want to tell all the young people something. Today, while having a beautiful conversation, you see, in the world today, because of our lack of discipline for the youths, the young boys and the young girls especially, we have many young people here tonight. When you lose discipline for yourself and you lose respect for yourself, you will be degraded and you will become nothing in the world. Stand up to respect who you are. For all the young boys and the young girls, according to Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Shri Krishna says, from birth until 25 years, this is the age and the time of your life where you're supposed to learn your schoolwork, secular knowledge it is called, and spiritual knowledge. There is no time, all the boys watch me good. There's no time for girlfriend, and all the young girls, no time for boyfriend. From birth until 25 years, Bhagavan Shri Krishna says, it is called the Brahmacharya Ashram, a stage of life where you should practice being dedicated to your books, your scriptures, and living a disciplined life. I'm telling you this today because society is losing itself. I was having a talk today, and in society today, many homes are breaking up. Many marriages are falling apart. Many relationships are falling apart. And you know why? Sometimes even we, the elders, may find that, you know what? We can't change tradition and culture, but we need to step up with the times. And I'll tell you why. I've seen many of the older people look at their children at the age of 14 and 15 and say, hey, you see that girl, son? When you get big, that's the girl you get married, eh? And he's probably only 14, 15 years old. And you know what? In his mind, father telling me I have to marry this girl. And her parents said, hey, make sure this is the person you're going to marry. And in his mind, by the time he's 18 and 19 and 20, he wants to now experience the life of being the adult. And he wants to now be with this person. And due to infatuation or lust sometimes, it is said, in society today, people are rushing into marriages and very soon they are breaking up. Today is not like long time. You know what? A young boy and a young girl today, at the age of 28, 29, 30, that is the time you say, you know what? I think probably I've known somebody for a period of time. Maybe I'm comfortable. Take some time to understand your life. Don't just throw it away. Discipline your life well. Life is about discipline. Teach your children to achieve. It is not the life where you just want to palm off or just run them away. Teach your son to achieve and to go to school and to get everything that he has. Teach your daughters to be independent and to have a disciplined mind, to live a proper life so that nobody or no man will take advantage of them. Teach your children today how to live this good life so that they will be successful and live peaceful. Life is about peace. Don't waste it. One life to live. One life to live. When you die and a God of that comes, at that point in time, tell me, what are you going to tell him? When a God of that comes by you and he says, hey, time to go, are you going to say, well, God of that came out 2 weeks again, I'm not married yet? Are you going to tell him that? Ajay? No. When time is called, nobody could stop it. Live your life to the best now. Be happy. Be happy with your siblings. Be happy with your friends. Be, as we say according to the Holy Bible, your brother's keeper. Be happy with the people in your life and be happy with what you're doing in your life. Live peaceful so that every day that goes by, if the God of that comes one day, you can say, you know what? It's all right. I live my life without regrets. Today, many older people sit down and they say, oh God, you know, there's one thing I have of regret, you know. Do you see this thing? And they have regrets. Don't live for that. Do what you must. Today, Namakatha, Manduka Muni, he's seeking spiritual enlightenment. And while he's seeking the spiritual enlightenment, he will stand in a posture and he will pray. Now look at the difference, right? In this age of Kali Yuga, Bhagwan Shri Krishna tell everybody, you all, I'm sure everybody know it. You all know this verse? Patram, Pushpam, Phalam, Toyam, Yo me bhaktya priyachate. You know what Bhagwan Shri Krishna says? He says in this day and time, if you get somebody just to offer one drop of flower, one fruit, one leaf, whatever it may be, one of anything, as long as it have all the love, I will bless them. Look at what people long ago had to undergo. This sage will have to stand up in the rain and the sun, and he goes in the forest and he has to put his hands like this, and he's standing on one foot, and for 100 years he go and stand there, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, and for 100 years he's going to pray. And Bhagwan is not going to bless him yet. Bhagwan has to be satisfied first. Only when Bhagwan is satisfied, then Bhagwan will bless him. And the time hasn't come as yet for the Divine Lord to bless him. So as the time goes by, it is said that this Muni stands there and he's praising the Lord and he's standing on one foot. And while he's worshipping Prabhu, something is about to take place now. The Guru stands there and his eyes is closed and he practices disciplinedly to pray. When you pray with discipline, you never let anybody disturb you. So you know how he does it? Listen. Hari Sundara Nanda Mukunda Hari Narayana Hari Om. Bolo? Hari Sundara. Yeah. Hari Keshava Hari Narayana Hari Om. All together now. Hari Sundara Nanda Mukunda Hari Narayana Hari Om. Hari Keshava Hari Govinda Hari Narayana Hari Om. Radhe Govinda. Vanamale Murali Dhari Govardhana Girivar Dhare. Vanamale Murali Dhari Govardhana Girivar Dhare. Nit nit karma kan chori gopi manhari. Nit nit karma kan chori gopi manhari. Hari Sundara Nanda Mukunda Hari Narayana Hari Om. Hari Keshava Hari Govinda Hari Narayana Hari Om. Hari
की प्यारी। गाओ रे नाचो रे रास रचायो रे। हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम। हरि केशव हरि गोविंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम। हरि नारायण हरि ओम। हरि नारायण हरि ओम। हरि नारायण। श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय।
It is said at this time in our katha, the sadhu, he stands there, the guru, and he's meditating, and he will go for 100 years if he must. He will not break his discipline. And something is about to happen now. At that point, some thieves of the area, they were passing by. And they saw the sadhu. They had stolen many things of the village, and they were running because the police and everybody, they were coming after them. While they were running to hide, they ran and they saw the sadhu who was there standing next to the ashram. And at that point, they asked the guru, Guruji, can we hide here? Can we stay here? And while he's like this, he just opened the eyes and he closed it back. He didn't pay attention. They said, you know what? He didn't say anything. Let's go and hide. They all went to the ashram and they decided to hide. While they were hiding in the ashram, all the soldiers, they were coming and searching for them. The soldiers reached now the spot where the sage was standing, hands up above, 1 foot, and he's chanting, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. And they stood there and they stamped their staff. And they said, great sage, today we are searching for thieves. Do you know where they are? Have they passed this way? And he opened the eyes and he closed it back. And when he closed it back, it is said the people of the village, it is said the police, the warriors, those from the soldiers from the kingdom, they thought to themselves, but we asking this person something and he's not answering. By the people alone, and he closed back his eyes, I feel he hiding something. Let's go and search his home. So they decided to search the home. And in searching the home, what do you think they will find? They found all the thieves hiding on the inside. They found all the articles that they had stolen. And they arrested every one of them. They chained them up and they bring them outside. When they brought them outside, they were about to take them back to the court. And then one of the soldiers said, hey, the sage was hiding for them. We're taking him too. They walked up to the sage, and at that point, as he was about to break his meditation, as he placed down his hands, they said, hey, you have no right to speak. Today, you will be arrested along with all the thieves, and that is the price to pay for stealing and for hiding these thieves. He didn't say a word. He was chained, and he followed the thieves, and he followed now all the soldiers, and they went back to the courthouse. When they went to the courthouse, the judge is about to assign a form of punishment. And he stands there and he says, I wonder what I would have done in my life in order to be like this. He starts to wonder, I wonder what I did. Do you remember this line? Kaha chutega re prani, teri atma bhi jani, paramatma bhi jani. परमात्मा भी जानी तेरे कर्मा कहानी तेरी आत्मा भी जानी परमात्मा भी जानी परमात्मा भी जानी. Have you ever wondered why sometimes you try living a good life and no matter how good you do, some people come and always do something bad to you? Have you ever wondered why you sit there and you say, no, but I live in so good, I'm doing everything correct, as best as I could do it, but yet I'm having problem, I'm having stress, I don't even know why. What to do now? You're living according to the rules of life, you're living according to the books, you're doing everything that the spiritual teachers say, you're doing what the elders teach you, you're doing everything from example, but yet you ended up in problems and say, I don't know what I really do now, I'm doing everything good and yet I still have problems. The guru stands there, but you know what? He waits to hear the judgment. And you know what is the judgment? The judge at that point, he looks at everybody, he says, listen, everybody stole. And long ago, the price to pay for the littlest forms of crime was simply to be put to death. He's standing in a line, and all the thieves, they're about to be put to death. The judge says, even this guru, put him to death. You know why? because he was part of the entire situation. And the Guru doesn't say anything. He goes with the flow and he goes with the pace. And he goes now to the back of the jail cell, and they're about to behead every single one of them. And while they're about to be beheaded, it is said one of them, he goes up on top and he goes to the point at which he's about to be beheaded. And then a second one goes, and a third one goes. And when he reaches to the point in which he's about to reach up to the top, he says, you know what? Whatever it is to be, everything by God's grace. And while he's about to step his foot on top of the spot in which you're about to behead him, at that point he closes his eyes and he says a prayer. If you know that Bhagwan is coming for you now, what will you do? Not pray? Hara Hara Govinda, Hare Gopala, Hara Hara Govinda, Hare Gopala, Hara Hara Govinda, Hare Gopala, Hara Hara Govinda, Hare Gopala. The key is not to give up. The key is not to give up when things don't go your way, but keep praying hard. And he closes his eyes and he calls out to Govinda. And as soon as he says, Hara Hara Govinda, Hare Gopala, Hara Hara Govinda, Hare Gopala. And at that very point, as soon as they were about to behead him, the voice of the king of the village was heard. Hey, bus, stop right there. And everybody turned around to see the king running in. And the king ran up to that spot and he says, how will you dare behead a Brahmana? How will you behead a great sage, a saint, a guru of the village? You can't do that. It is a sin to destroy the lives of the holy people. By destroying the lives of the holy people, your life will become miserable. You can't do that. So you know what? He says, release him. He is not wrong of anything. He was praying at the time. I heard from one of the prisoners. They set him free. And when they set him free, he simply looked at the king and he did this, pranams. And he walked away. But it is in his mind now. What did I do to reach that point? What did I do to suffer this way? So he leaves and he goes now and he decides to travel in the southern direction. And in the southern direction of life and in the world, who resides there? The god of death comes from the south. It is said while the god of death comes from the south, he goes now to the ashram of the god of death. As a spiritual sage, he travels the realms and he goes there. And when he reaches to the god of death, he says, God of death, I want to ask you something. Every single day I pray. Today I was praying and I did nothing wrong. What did I do to deserve the punishment of going up to the spot in which I was almost about to be beheaded? What did I do? I know everything happens by karma and by dharma. But what did I do? And you know what the God of death said? He says, one day, when you were a child, you did something. As a child, you saw a little ant passing by. And when the ant was passing by, you took a little rock. You listen carefully. He was almost about to be beheaded. Why? God of death said, well, you know what? When you was a child, you saw a little ant and you take a little rock. And what do you do with the rock? I don't even want to show you. What did he do? What did children do when they see the ants? Yeah. Jai Bhagwan. He destroyed the ants. And you know what? The God of that says, he says, because you perform the act of destroying a little one, a soul, you will have to pay for that. He says, but you know what, God of that? I was a child, I didn't know. Sometimes we say we are small, we don't know. Listen, we come into the big part just now, they don't laugh. You killed the ants and you were almost about to be beheaded. And he says, but I was a child, I didn't know anything. How could you try to put me like this? And I didn't know anything. He says, well, you know what? I am big now and you are big now. And because you performed an action to put a guru, a brahmana, a saint almost to death, you don't know what I was feeling. Today as a guru, I will slap you and curse you today. God of death, you may be God of death. But I will curse you today, that from today, you will take a birth on the earth and you will suffer on the earth itself. You will suffer the pain that I had to undergo and you will feel hurt yourself. And the Guru says, when you inflict pain and hurt on people, on anything, know that according to karma, you will have to feel back whatever you did. Those are powerful words. Shivrindavan mein Hari Lal ki Jai. Think about this now. He killed an ant and he nearly dead. What do you kill? What do you kill? What do you kill? Y'all know that thing that will go quack quack? What is that? Yeah. He killed an ant. And the God of that says, I want you to feel exactly what you put out. Today I want to tell you something. Maybe you won't remember. But every time you hurt somebody, whether by speech or by an action, or you push somebody, or you hit them, or you perform an act and you do something to hurt somebody, trust me, it will come back. If not in this life, in the next life. Don't live to hurt people. Don't do things to hurt, not even a creature. Do you know what my guru did in India once? He was walking by and he saw some ants in a whole line. And he stopped and everybody was following him and they said, Guruji, why you stop for crossover now? And he says, no, I can't cross over. And somebody came with the spray. I'm a spray, let's spray. Somebody came with the spray and he says, no, I'm not ready. I've prayed so much to reach this level of spirituality. Now by just praying, I'm going straight back down the ladder. Don't spray. He will walk and he will make sure he doesn't even crush an ant. How many mosquito you killed today? Jai Narayan. महलों का सुख चोर सिया ने राम का साथ निभाया लक्ष्मी ने धर रूप सिया का जग का पाप मिटाया बना दिया था इस धरती को राम भक्त का धाम सीता के राम राधा के श्याम मीरा की गिरधर नागर सोर के घनश्याम सीता के राम राधा के श्याम राधा ने श्री श्याम सुनर संग ऐसा रास रचाया तीनों लोक में श्याम और राधा का रूप समाया राधा ने श्री श्याम सुनर संग ऐसा रास रचाया तीनों लोक में श्याम और राधा का रूप समाया कोटि कोटि भक्तों के मुख पर राधा श्याम का नाम सीता के राम राधा के श्याम मीरा की गिरधर नागर सूर के घनश्याम सीता के राम राधा के श्याम महलों में सुख चोर सिया ने राम का कोट कराया. Now listen, most importantly, the bhajan speaks of it and the katha says now. It says that while now the god of death is placed in a position, he doesn't know what to do. You have cursed me today. You have shrapped me today. The words of the holy people, be careful. They will fall on you. It says anytime you get the holy people upset and they say something against you, it will happen. Words are powerful. Words manifest. You never harass or you never put problems to a pandit, a sadhu, a swami, a saint, people who pray often, people who pray regularly. You don't provoke them for them to say back something at you. If the guru becomes upset and he says, hey, you see what you did, I feel hurt, you will fall. You will fall. You know why? Because as holy people, they are guided by the energy of the Divine Lord. And whatever they speak, the gods and the devatas allow it to manifest. But of course, there's logic to it. It doesn't mean that any guru and any pandit get upset and they tell you something means something bad is going to happen to you. To those gurus and pandits and sadhus who pray, who dedicate themselves, who live a divine life, to those who live a disciplined life, who do their worship genuinely from their heart, you don't pester them. Sometimes our ancestors, our grandparents, our grandfathers, they sit in the mandir and they pray whole day. You don't taunt such people. You don't provoke people who are dedicated to God. Because you know what? Their words can fall on you. If they smile at you, your life can become successful. And if they pry down at you, you could see trouble for the rest of your life. That is why you always try to make the holy people happy and comfortable. Vrindavan mein Hari Lal ki. Everybody loudly. Sita ke Ram. Sing over it, let me hear. I hear like somebody say Sita ke Ram, Radha ke Sham. Jai Bhagwan. Let me hear you loudly. Vrindavan mein Hari Lal ki. Sita ke Radha. Yeah, Meera ke Sita ke Radha. It is sad at this point when he got up that has been put in a position, he doesn't know what to say. He has to take the curse and the shrap that has been put by him because of the words of this guru. And at that point, he has to take birth on the earth, and he will take birth in the womb of a mother, a holy mother who lives on the earth. And Bhagwan Shri Krishna, remember, he's giving the entire reenactment here. He will come and take birth in the womb of a maid servant, and the maid servant will give birth to 3 people: Pandu, Dhritarashtra, and one now, the god of death, Lord Yamraj, will be called Vidur. Vidur will be the incarnation of the god of death. He will be the half-brother of Pandu and the half-brother of Dhritarashtra. To those who know Mahabharata, Dhritarashtra was the blind king. And while being the half-brother of the blind king, in his life, he will grow up to take care of his blind brother. And through karma, he will face hardships and hard times. It is said Dhritarashtra will grow up and he will bring forth the holy ones in the world. It is said Pandu will bring about holy ones in the world. 5 brothers will take birth. 5 sons will come into the world. These 5 sons will be called the Pandavas. The Pandavas, does anybody have ever heard the name before? Pandavas? You all ever heard the name? The 5 Pandavas are who? Yudhishthir, Bhim, Nakula, Sahadev, and Arjun here. This is Arjun from the Mandir. He there too. Yudhishthir, Bhim, Arjuna, Nakul, Sahadev. 5 of them, powerful. They will be there. And alongside them will be standing none other than Bhagwan Shri Krishna. They will have to stand and fight a war. Today, that spot is called New Delhi. Anybody know New Delhi in India? New Delhi in India is the spot where the entire episode and the war took place. It was called the Mahabharata War. That spot that was called Kurukshetra. Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yuyutsava. Mama Kapandava Shevakima Kuravata Sanjaya. It says Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre. Dharma will be re-established in that spot that is called that Kshetra. Kurukshetra is this spot. And while the 5 Pandavas will have to fight a war, alongside them, they will be guided by none other than their Lord. For Arjuna, One day he was guided by Vidhur, the incarnation of the god of death. And he goes to Bhagavan Shri Krishna for help. And when he goes there, he says, Prabhu, the love that I have for you is immense. It is so much that nobody can break my faith. The love you have for God, can people break your faith? Can people break your faith? Not mine. Some people get distracted so easily. It's easy for somebody to come and tell you, don't pray. But he says this, Duryodhana ko meva tyago, Duryodhana ko meva tyago, saga vidura gar pai. Everybody, bolo. Jai Bhagwan. Chote ochi. You know what's Chote ochi? You all singing with so much love. Chote ochi. But we don't want a little bit of love. Sabse bara, big love for Bhagwan. When you sing for God, you sing big, you sing powerful, you forget the world, you take all your voice, all your energy, all your strength, and you sing for God. You don't sing for people. You don't sing for the people around you, but you sing for? So one voice. Sabse ochi, sabse ochi. Let's do one line. Shri Gajananda Swami ki jai. Sabse ochi prem sarai, sabse ochi prem. दुर्योधन को मेवा त्यागो, दुर्योधन को मेवा त्यागो, दुर्योधन को मेवा त्यागो, सागा विदुर गद पाई, सबसे ओछे प्रेम सगाई, सबसे ओछे प्रेम। सबसे ओछे प्रेम सगाई, सबसे ओछे प्रेम सगाई, सबसे ओछे प्रेम सगाई, सबसे ओछे। One voice. सबसे ओछे। Yeah, बड़ा प्रेम, नहीं छोटा प्रेम। श्री गजानंद स्वामी की जय। Listen now. Bhagavan Shri Krishna stands on the side of these 5 most powerful men, the 5 Pandavas. One day a war is about to take place, and Bhagavan Shri Krishna will stand on his chariot, and on his chariot Arjuna will be there, and he will hold the reins to the horses, and he will be preparing to fight a battle, and the Lord will teach him something about life. But while the Lord is about to teach him about life, 3 people will listen to the beautiful words of Bhagavad Gita. 3 people will listen to Bhagavad Gita. Listen, Lord Krishna is standing with Arjuna and he's about to preach and he's about to speak of what? Bhagavad Gita. So Arjuna is there. There are 2 other people who will listen to the verses of Bhagavad Gita. Who are these 2 people? Well, tomorrow night we will continue with that part of the Katha. Shri Gajananda Swami ki boliye. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama
Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Who are the three people who will listen to Bhagavad Gita? Do your homework and come back tomorrow to find out. With this, we end our beautiful message tonight. As we end our message, Havan Puja has been completed. Let us all stand now for final arti.
आरती कुंज विहारी की श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की आरती कुंज विहारी की श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की आरती कुंज विहारी की श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी राधे गोविंदा गले में वैजंती माला माला बजावे मुरली मधुर बाला बाला श्रवण में कुंडल जल काला काला नंद के आनंद आनंद कन्द वन ब्रज चंद्र राधिका रमन बिहारी के गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी के आरती कुंज बिहारी के गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी salutations to Lord Govinda. गगन सम अंग कांति काली काली राधिका चमक रही आरी आरी रतन में कर दे मन मारी मारी ब्रह्म से अलग कस्तूरी तिलक चंद्र से झलक ललित छवि श्यामा प्यारे की गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की आरती कुंज बिहारी की गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल जय राधा रमन हरि बोल राधा रमन हरि बोल जय 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 जय राधा रमन हरि बोल जय राधा रमन हरि बोल मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दममाधवं जय जय राधा जय जय राधा राधा रमण हरि बोल जय राधा रमण हरि बोल वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनम् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनम् देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरु जय जय राधा जय जय राधा राधा रमण हरि बोल जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय राधा रमण हरि बोल त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव ॐ शान्ति 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 हरि ओम् कृष्णं विष्णुं श्रीधरं माधवं मधुसूदनं कृष्णं विष्णुं श्रीधरं माधवं मधुसूदनं कृष्णं विष्णुं श्रीधरं माधवं मधुसूदनं गोविन्दं 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 श्रीरामं गोविन्दं 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 श्रीरामं रामं रामं रघुपते रामं रामं रघुपते रामं रामं रघुपते रामं रामं रघुपते कृष्णं विष्णुं श्रीधरं माधवं मधुसूदनं कृष्णं विष्णुं श्रीधरं माधवं मधुसूदनं माधवं मधुसूदनं माधवं मधुसूदनं माधवं मधुसूदनं माधवं मधुसूदनं माधवं ॐ शान्ति 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 हरि ओम् शिव वृंदावन में हरि लाल की कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय जय सीताराम आसन लीजिए सब लोग let us all take our seats. As we take our seats, we've come to the end of our third night of our beautiful yajna. And coming to the end of this divine night, we will be here tomorrow night for the final night, after which Panditji will then take over for the final 3 nights. But at this time, we hand over to members of the Mandir.